All right. So, hey, let's go to now Big Phil's favorite team in the NFL currently. And this is Sims Complete, brought to you by FanDuel on the Believe Sports Network.
Okay,
the Indianapolis Colts against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I was right by saying that?
Yes, you are. It is awesome to watch them play.
Yeah.
And it's on both sides of the ball. I mean, hell, it's awesome. I wrote so much stuff down. Jonathan Taylor.
Yes.
He can make you miss. He can run you over. And, man, he can make that quick little move once he gets in that area, and nobody can track him down.
Right.
And not only that, when you're that fast as he is, he breaks a number of tackles too. And, oh, by the way, they got a really good offensive line. And that offensive line, listen, I've never played offensive line, but when you got a running back behind you like Jonathan Taylor, it's got to be exciting.
It is.
It emboldens you. All I got to do is just touch my guy. And then what the hell, I'm going to hit him hard. And you can see it watching them play. The number of different runs they have, what the offensive line is doing, which I said to you a couple of weeks ago. The offensive line, all of them are draft picks by the Indianapolis Colts. And it just goes through everything, Matt. The depth at wide receiver, the tight end, it's truly ridiculous. And the other thing is, Daniel Jones, the numbers, they're good. They're really good. But he's not checked down Charlie. I mean, there's many times I watch their game and go, wait, okay, good throw. Because I'm told, well, the guy's open. But no, he throws it down the field and gets a bigger play. And he throws into tight spots a lot. And that just shows the confidence he has, how he's controlling the football. But the play design and the play calling, man, we say it all the time, coaching is underrated.
Right.
And they are being coached the right way. This is the type of offense Daniel Jones needs to be in. He takes great space, gets under center, shotgun, whatever you want, and the offensive line gives enough time where he can be an aggressive decision maker. So it's been fun to watch, and we'll see how it goes this weekend.
And do you think, just to go off of what you just mentioned there, because I thought it was pretty interesting the way that you worded it. Now, did Shane Steichen build the offense to fit Daniel Jones, or did he go out and get Daniel Jones a free agent because he knew that he would fit what he already does? I mean, how do you see that dynamic?
The second one, he knew Daniel Jones would fit his offense.
Okay.
And, they had to step out of their box a little bit last year and try to create situations that helped Anthony Richardson. Well, now this is just who they are. This is what they were doing down in Philadelphia. And when he came to the Indianapolis Colts, he was doing it. But now he's got a young quarterback with talent and a good O-line. I mean, this team I think they're on fire. And
yeah.
I'm kind of excited. Who do they play this week? I got to make sure I know what I'm saying.
Pittsburgh. We just said
Pittsburgh.
it. Yeah.
That's right.
It's on the bottom of the screen, Phil. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm too busy looking at you, talking to you. So but the whole thing is, too, the defense, everything I said about the offense, just switch it over to the defense. The defensive line is the big key. They're kicking ass. I mean, man, they're all athletic looking. They can run the games. They can beat you with power and speed, which is kind of the same thing. But I think the games they run and their talent, it's really showing up.
And then for, offensively, just what's interesting right now, and it's really not even a question, but just more so, I guess, a statement as it stands currently. But the Colts have a really awesome opportunity. They might have the rookie of the year with Tyler Warren at tight end. They could have the offensive player of the year with Daniel Jones. And you could make a case like you mentioned last week, right? They might have the MVP of the damn league with Jonathan Taylor and how he's running the football. So, I mean, what do you think? Is it possible that the Colts can just run the gamut as far as just the offensive wars this year? Like, has it been that impressive to you even on film?
Sure it has. On film, yes, 100%. There's no way that'll happen. Not enough people pay attention to the Colts.
Right.
They're still not. Hell, I watch TV all morning as I'm watching the games on my computer. I didn't hear the Colts name once.
Well, that's the sad thing about television, though, too, right? Is that the Colts just aren't going to attract most viewers to tune in and to pay attention, even if they are truly the best team in football.
Okay.
And I feel like this comes across too, even when we do like college stuff, right? And other things that I do, right? Where I can do a great breakdown on, hey, Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia, all that.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
No,
Nobody cares, right? We mentioned somebody from another big SEC school and 100,000 views like that. And it's really frustrating because you do want to obviously just focus on the players that are doing great things. But it is unfortunate, too, that the game within the game kind of takes away from the shine of some of these teams and programs.
Yeah. I mean, they are best record in football and all that stuff. They got many guys playing well, coaching. It's all on fire.
Right.
But, maybe I shouldn't overstate it. I'm trying not to. But I can say with all honesty right now, the last 2 days, I haven't heard the word Indianapolis Colts once.
Right. Right. But we've heard a lot about the Cowboys. Yeah.
Yeah, the Cowboys. Hey.
So there you go. Yeah.
Are they going to make the playoffs? What do you think? Are they the real thing? I love what Brian Schottenheimer said. You could take those stats on offense and stick them where the sun doesn't shine. I mean, come on.
Right. He's the man.
He's just like his dad, man. It's just, let's get to the facts.
That's right. That's right. All right, and big guy. I mean, Pittsburgh. Here we are. We're all about the Colts. I mean, does Pittsburgh have an opportunity to win this football game? Right, Indianapolis is only 3-point favorites going in to us currently doing this show. The over/under is 50.5. So, what do the Pittsburgh Steelers have to do to win this football game against a team that's really hot?
Well, this is going to be interesting. The offensive line, I think they have, is better than what the Green Bay Packers have.
Okay.
And when they did get pressure on Jordan Love, I will say this about Jordan Love. He does not take sacks.
Right.
I mean, he heaves it up. Tyler Kraft, right? That one, I mean, hell, he's under pressure. They're getting ready to hit him. He just lobs it out there.
Right.
But he does that a lot. And so that keeps him, and it falls incomplete most of the time, but that keeps him in good situations a lot of times. Instead of being 3rd and 16, it's still 3rd and 9 or something like that.
Right.
And, Jordan Love does not get enough credit for that. The other side is I really don't have many things to say about the Pittsburgh offense that's bad. They're kind of holding their end up in my eyes.
Okay.
For sure.
Right.
But the defense, and, I watched TJ Watt. Yes, TJ Watt. I was watching TJ Watt. The ball was getting out of Jordan Love's hand fast, and then when he was under pressure, he would throw it away. Mm-hmm. He was flying all over the place, but he didn't have many people going with him. That would be one thing. So the pass coverage, it was very average by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they need pressure too, just like most defenses do. They need a guy to pressure the quarterback. So maybe they got to move T.J. Watt around because he's always to the offense's right most of the time.
Right.
Well, tight end, a lot of chips, then the block. All those things, plus a quarterback getting rid of it. So T.J. Watt really kind of did his job. It just didn't show up on TV. It doesn't show up in the stats. So Pittsburgh, your best player maybe on your whole team, find a way to make him more part of what's going to help you win the game.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it's not the offense that's been disappointing for the Steelers so far this year, right? And the makeshift version of Aaron Rodgers and Arthur Smith and that combination. It's about the defense and the fact too that the defense just at times I thought against Green Bay looked a little slow. And unfortunately for them, the Indianapolis Colts are pretty fast on offense, and their running back especially is a home run hitter. So containing him will be a big part of their potential success this weekend.
Well,
All right.
man, I just looked real quick at the just to see Pittsburgh stats. They're last in the NFL against the pass.
Yep.
They're low, of course, again with scores. The 30th in total defense. And I mean, boy, it's really hard to even say that, isn't it? Or to think that the Steelers are in this situation because of their defense.
Yeah.
And it's like everything else in the league. There's nowhere to go. This is it.
Right.
This is who we got. It ain't going to change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're in a tough spot. We'll see how it goes.
And dare I say it again? Are we both going with the Indianapolis Colts together in this pick on the road?
Man, this is going to be really interesting. I'm going to take the Colts.
Okay.
But not with a lot of going away. The Steelers losing. Everybody on their rear end. That's one thing they're talking about on TV.
Right.
Like Tomlin's lost it. He's lost it. So
you like that for the favor of the Steelers, right? Just kind of like answering.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The Green Bay game was on national TV. Everybody saw it, and it kind of took them off the map. And just what I'm showing you there, they got to Offenses have many ways to help their moving guys, put them here, put them there. Defenses sometimes don't do enough of that.
Right.
And my whole thing is get TJ Watt into the damn game.
Yeah, well, it's a great point because I feel like the offense has a great advantage of knowing versus certain formations, versus certain looks. All right, TJ Watt's going to line up on this side, right?
Yes.
And we know that he's there. We can run this play and this play away or towards him if we think it's advantageous. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a tough task for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but definitely a good thought. And you're right; they need to incorporate him somehow. A little bit more with some of their pressure looks and being maybe just a little bit more exotic or taking some more calculated risk at time against a really talented offense that's top 5 in the league, basically in every category.
Boy, Matt, that's a good point. Man, if they do some of this stuff we're thinking and going against that Indy offense, that's going to be a fun watch.
It is. It is.
Really is.
Throw the kitchen sink at him, I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's tough because you're a 4-3 football team. So you're kind of like, what we're doing is kind of working, but I don't know. I mean,
hey, don't be afraid.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't just stick your toe in there. Just jump in. Let's go. I mean, come on. That's what it is, too. Sometimes you just got to let it go.
That's right.
And quit, I got to do my job perfectly. Hit the damn quarterback. Okay, easy for me to say.
Yeah, that's right. Easy for you to say. So now let's go to the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. This game is in Kansas City, and the Kansas City Chiefs right now are 1.5-point favorites in this one. As you can see, our show Sims Complete is brought to you by FanDuel, and FanDuel Sportsbook has the numbers right there in the bottom half of our screen there. Chiefs favored by 1.5 right now. The over-under is 52.5. And overall, hey, Buffalo,
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're pumped. Go. What do you got to say, big guy?
Buffalo. I watch them. They're
What?
running the ball great. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
they're doing that. They won the game last week. It was just run, but you're taking your quarterback out of the flow of the game.
Right.
Just like they did down in Atlanta. What the hell are you doing? And
this is something that you have mentioned a few different times. I feel like as we've done this podcast 2 or 3 years now, that you don't really like it when a team gets so predominantly focused on just one aspect of their offense.
I hate it. Because it's taken the rhythm away from the quarterback. The play caller gets into a rut, playing it safe. Now, listen, they ran the ball great against Carolina.
Right.
Tosses, and I like some of the play designs. They were really good. But that ain't going to happen against Kansas City.
Right.
And the passing game, as I watched it, and I don't know if I want to even call it a passing game. To me, it was that bad. It was bad.
Okay.
And nobody gets open, by and large. You look at the receiving core and everybody, Patrick Mahomes. No, they do not have a receiving core that matches up with many teams. And, Keon Coleman, he was a second-round pick last year. I like him, but he's not the premier receiver.
Right.
And to me, I keep waiting. You're running the ball well and all this to find more ways to get what? To get the damn ball to the tight ends.
Right.
And these tight ends, to me, are the best group, besides James Cook, of course, on that offensive side. But, I don't know. It concerns me. Kansas City's a big, aggressive defense. They can cover. I'm telling you, they're looking at film this week and going, man, if we don't stop this passing game, then who are we going to stop? So that's my first thought. You give your thought, because I got a lot of things to say about Kansas City's offense too.
No, I think you're spot on, and I really agree with you a lot. And I can see why the victory against the Carolina Panthers for the Buffalo Bills is like a little concerning as an overall, just like the health of your football team, and obviously just the chemistry that you have offensively when you have your starting quarterback only have 19 attempts and really just not do much of anything, right, with rhythm passing and all that. So I get that. And for me, I hate to kind of the Chiefs are just
come on.
The Chiefs are just on their way up, man, and it's really only a matter of time. And I really think that it's going to be very difficult for the Bills to move the football consistently. And, a name too that I think, football fans just get used to hearing more and more of, because I think he's one of the more underappreciated players on this defense, Chamari Connor. Chamari Connor and the way that he plays, the way that he hits, his tackling, it's just like if it's a one-on-one, I feel like I still have yet to see anybody win that battle against him at the line of scrimmage. If he's up against a slot receiver, he's up against a running back, it's just like that dude is going to the ground, right? Because he is just that good. And Drew Tranquill and Nick Bolton might be the best 1-2 combination at the linebacker position that we have in football right now. There's a few really good ones, but they're definitely up there. Jalen Watts is playing phenomenal. Of course, George Karlaftis is – hey, I mean, he's kind of becoming one of those dudes, him and Dana, right?
He's the man. Yes.
He really is. He's becoming one of those premier pass rush defensive ends in the NFL. And, really hasn't kind of gotten past that.
Well, they paid him.
They paid him, right?
Yeah,
but I'm saying,
go.
like, as far as just like the overall fan base goes, so I feel like it's coming. And then, of course, you got guys like Trent McDuffie and Leo Chanel, right, who are all playing some damn good football. So I'm with you, man. I would be shocked if James Cook exceeds 100 yards rushing in this football game. I feel like they would not let him, right, beat them in this type of scenario.
Well, the old saying, I wanted to look at it too. Buffalo was number 1 on offense running the football.
Yeah.
They're 4th in scoring because they have run some big scores up. But on defense, they're 31st against the run. Now, I hate, I'm not a statistic guy, but this number's real.
That's pretty glaring. Yeah.
But it's real. It wasn't like, oh, somebody got lucky. No, there's no luck. They're just smashing it. And, it's been tough. You look at that defense. Now you're going to tell me that Kansas City's going to be able to move the ball a little bit just running it, a bit more than usual, which I think will happen. Maybe not really early because, early in the game, everybody's juiced and sometimes it can be hard to get those runs.
Yeah.
But sooner or later, it's gonna show. My big thing about where is that? Kansas City. You got to do this on the defense for the Buffalo Bills. You got to keep the quarterback from running. Good luck on that.
Right.
The Kansas City Chiefs get under center now with play action passes. When they do, Matt, this separation between Mahomes and the offensive line is at least 6 or 7 yards.
Right.
And he has more time to throw. Screens, I don't know, they might be the best screen team in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to call them like back-to-back all the time, but different screens. They move the pocket also. And third down, here's my point of the week. Third down and short. When they're in the scoring territory inside the 10, it's always something that is not part of their offense.
Right.
I don't want to call them trick plays. I call them really smart plays because they're designed them the right way. Well, now they do it all over the field. And it's never Mahomes on 3rd and 3. He's never going to drop by and go, who do I throw it to? No. They're going to get a formation, do something, movement to get you in the wrong spot, and they're going to throw it to the guy they designed to play for.
Right.
And oh my God, did it show up watching them in the game the other night. It really did. As I watched, I go, it's incredible. So, and the interceptions by Mahomes, the back shoulder throw, a little unlucky. The second one, he just threw the damn ball too hard to Travis Kelce. He's 5 feet away. But here's the other thing. I heard Greg Cosell on with Colin Cowherd. I'm going to give him credit, and because I was going to say this today. Mm-hmm. Here you drop back. And we got a curl to the right and a guy in the flat. And they're both wide open. Okay, Mahomes, throw it. Yeah, I don't know. It's not exciting. So he moves and makes a bigger play.
Right.
And so, like Greg said, what do? Do you get on him about not doing the right thing, or do you command him and say, great, that you made a bigger play?
Yeah. But you say great.
Is that kind of true, though? It is true. If he misses ordinary reads because he just, I don't know, he doesn't like it. He wants to move. Who knows?
Yeah, he's just playing. He's just playing. And it's
Great
I'm sure it's a fine line at being a coach of someone like Patrick Mahomes, right? And that skill set of just, you can't coach out what they do naturally well. So it's kind of, like, hey, good play. Hey, they were open. Just, okay, okay, great. All right, moving on. Yeah.
The other thing is all that I just talked about, well, who does it really help? Well, it helps a group of people, and it helps the offensive line.
Right.
So all this is a great part of let's help our offensive line and not just say
I don't know if it helps the offensive line or it's the offensive line that's helping Patrick Mahomes, right? And it kind of just goes to show that like they can hold up and they can weather the storm for him to go to 1-2 and then into playmaker mode, right? And do those things really well. And I think that's the question mark I have really for the Buffalo Bills is like, are they going to try to pressure Patrick Mahomes play a lot of man-to-man coverage and things of that nature. They got 7 sacks against the Carolina Panthers last week, but that's really misleading. And I feel like we're not going to see that type of pass rush, especially to Ed Oliver, right? Torn bicep out. So, what does the Buffalo Bills defense do to create some sort of havoc? And maybe what you said about the Steelers game, just go. Just risk everything and just be super aggressive, or let Patrick Mahomes nickel and dime to death, because now that the skill group is back and humming, I feel like Matt Nagy really has basically all of his plays at his disposal to take apart defenses.
Yeah, I think one of the other things that I think about the Buffalo defense, this is me just watching. I watch every Kansas City game they've had this year.
Yeah,
but you have to put a spy on him most of the time.
Right.
If it's one of the D linemen, I don't care. And the Washington Commanders, they had that guy, and it worked a few times. But then he would be back there too long, and all of a sudden they go, "Why are you leaving what you're supposed to do?" They go and I'm going to go over there, and then Mahomes runs or throws. It was incredible.
Right.
I mean, hell, okay, you're spying on him. Why would you all of a sudden, because he had extra time? Oh, the tight end's over. Let me run and get him. Oh, man, I'm glad I don't coach.
And I misspoke earlier, right? It's actually the Bills are home in this matchup. I don't know why I said
I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right. Well,
good.
damn, you could have said something. Yeah.
Well, I say so many things that are wrong. I didn't want to say that and be wrong again. So.
No, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So hey, what are you thinking? Are you we're Kansas City again? Me and you.
I think Kansas City. They can't wait to get up to Buffalo.
Okay. There you go.
They can't wait. So that's who I'm picking. What was the spread anyway? You said like 1.5?
Yeah, so the spread in that football game was 1.5, right, in the favor of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, that's like saying it's even. Whatever. I like Kansas City.
He likes Kansas City. I like Kansas City. That's where we're rolling with. And now to our last game that we'll be breaking down today.
Uh-oh.
It's a doozy, and I'm really pumped to see this football game too, just because of what both teams did a week ago, and that's the Denver Broncos taking on the Houston Texans.
Yes.
You see it right there on your screen. The Texans, the road team, right? 1.5 point favorites right now in this matchup. So this is the home team. Well, I am like, what the hell is wrong with me? Yeah.
Usually the home team's always the second one.
You know what? It doesn't matter. I just got to be sharper, Phil. All right, that's on me. Okay,
All right.
We'll
pay a little. Don't worry.
There you go. Exactly. No problem. I appreciate it. All right, that's part of the business. But we got the Broncos, we got the Texans. Big guy. All right. Just initial thoughts going into this after watching both teams play. Man, give me your 2 cents on the Texans and what the hell can they do against this really star-studded defense with the Broncos?
Okay, I'm gonna do it the other way first.
Oh, okay.
Can the Texans defense match up, which I think they can,
right, and
go man to man against these Denver Bronco receivers?
Okay,
because that's what they are. I'm gonna say it again. I think the Texans have the fastest defense in the NFL, and they coach them to be fast. I mean, it is all out.
Right.
And early in that game, I remember last year they played the Buffalo Bills down there. They just tore up Buffalo, and that was like after that Buffalo just killed everybody.
Right.
But yeah, so this is going to be a really interesting match. Pass protection is one. Can you get away from the defenders? If they make you get rid of it before you want, that's going to lead to trouble. So, and that Texans crowd and the Texans, all I'd say, and I've said it a couple days already this week, look out. Man, I'm telling you, I think they're really good. And once they get this offensive line straightened out a little more, I think that they're going to be tough. My last thing about that is where C.J. Stroud, the one thing that worries me about him throwing the football, where does he miss, Matt? It's always
he misses high.
High.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And, the motion kind of lends itself to that.
And what is it about the motion? Yeah.
Well, it's kind of here, and it's high. So the timing's got to be really good.
Right.
And even in the game last week, I should have marked it, but he threw more than you'd like to see high balls.
Right.
So I think that's his one little, you give him time, you're going to lose. I think he's extremely accurate, but the high motion, when you speed him up or get him out of rhythm just a little bit, that leads to overthrows and to turnovers.
And what do you think about that matchup too in the trenches for the Houston Texans offensive line taking on the Denver Broncos defensive line, and just how disruptive they have been? I mean, do you think just going into this, like, are they going to do certain things schematically, the Texans, to kind of protect CJ Stroud, or is it like, hey, let's just to a degree, but you just got to
keep the tight end every once in a while and all that.
Right.
But, you look at that and who do you like in that fight? Well, I like the defensive line of the Denver Broncos.
Right.
So the Texans, get rid of the football, CJ, throw some more screens, make sure you be ready to move, because you'll probably have to. Dak ran against this defense, and CJ's a better runner than Dak Prescott, so that could be a factor. But, you try to trick it up every once in a while to give yourself extra protection. So I know they'll do that, and I think this game really just comes – I'm more anxious to watch the other side. The defense of Houston against Bo Nix and Sean Payton. We'll see.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying, though, too, because it's going to be a really awesome matchup that way as well, because, just to see how Troy Franklin, right, and Sutton and that crew match up against Lassiter and Stingley, and just the speed that they have, too, and, of course, Al Shire and his speed in the interior part of that. I'm also curious to see just how legit so last week, just let me double check here. Yeah. So last week against the Dallas Cowboys, the Denver Broncos were able to rush for 179 yards on the ground. Right. 111 of them came from J.K. Dobbins, right? And, that's where, is that a real thing? Are the Cowboys defense that bad? Or should we expect maybe, hey, did Denver actually start to click on the offensive line in their run game? So I'm curious to see how that plays out against the Houston Texans. I'm going to go with, like, it was the Cowboys, and I think the Texans will do a better job of stopping the run than the Cowboys did. But really excited to see the matchup with the receivers against the secondary. And also on the other end, right? Can't wait to see some more of just, Moss, Jahdae Barron, who got his first interception, of course, Pat Surtain, right, Hufanga in that secondary, right, and Jones as well. So it's going to be a really awesome matchup, right, especially in the trenches specifically, to see who wins this one. Big guy, are you going with your Houston Texans? Do you feel that confident about them?
Well, no.
No?
If I had to wager, I'll bet $5. That'd be about it.
$5? All right, well, who are you picking, man? Who are you picking?
I'm picking the Texans.
I'm picking
the Texans. Yeah, I think, yes. This is a whole different standard. Last week, the Texans were hyped up about themselves.
Right.
Because they wanted to get out of this, and they did it.
Yeah.
Now they're hyped up about themselves, but also the competition.
Right.
Now, and I'm not saying they didn't think San Francisco was anything. I just think they look at the Denver Broncos and go, damn, boy, this is going to be a test.
Right.
And we're ready. And let's see. I would tell Bo Nix, if you see Will Anderson coming free, run, big guy, run as fast as you ever ran. And the other side, Danielle Hunter, oh, my God. I mean, Danielle Hunter's getting better as he gets older.
Yeah, that's right. It really is. He's not peaking too soon, that's for sure. But on the other side of it, I mean, we could make that same exact argument for guys like Benito and Cooper, right? And what they're doing defensively. So that's where it's just like, man, which defense is going to show the other one out in this one? Which offense will survive the other unit's defense just a little bit, right, to get some sort of explosive plays or to move the football? I'm going to take the Denver Broncos. Okay. I'm taking the Broncos. You got the Houston Texans. And then we agreed on the other three games, which is pretty boring. So we agreed on Buffalo, Kansas City. Both took Kansas City. We both took Indianapolis over Pitt. And we both took the Giants. Yeah, no surprise there against 49ers.
But just for fun, if we, I don't like doing it, but if we want to make it a little more interesting, we can start doing the spread too. Just to, and if the fans listen to us and take our bets that we say, then they're stupid. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Don't ever bet because you hear me or whatever say something. I'm going about watching games. I'm not thinking about, they travel, I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
I don't know though. Every time that I walk into the house, like late Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, right, and I see you, you're like, hey, I'm killing it today. Just so you know. I don't know. It's just like this weird thing you do. Like, hey, I just want to let you know.
I'm killing it. Yeah.
I bet 4 games, won them all. All
well,
Yeah.
No, I don't bet.
And then you followed up with this. You always go, and I was going to bet this game, but God damn, I was too chicken to do it.
Oh my God, no, that's not me.
That is totally you, man.
I'm betting against my damn son-in-law. So okay, we pick games that we disagree with, and that's how we do it. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to go on what's a well, never mind. I won't get into all that.
Yeah, we'll just leave that for now,
Yeah,
all
we'll
right?
leave that alone. But yeah, it really is. This is Sean Payton, one of the most heralded offensive coordinators in many, many years in the NFL, against the defense. DeMeco Ryans. I mean, I look at him sometimes and go, he would go out there and play without a helmet. Okay, you know what I mean?
Right.
He is so into it and so energetic and all those things. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
So we got one that loves offense, and the DeMeco Ryans, he wants to win it 3-0.
That's right.
And Sean Payton wants to win it 32 to whatever. You know what Sean Payton did last week that bothered me? I don't have it in front of me. I'm going to do it wrong. They got to 20 points. It was 20-10. And I know he went for 2 because there was a penalty, I think, that moved it to the 1.
Correct. Yes.
I still would kick the extra point.
Right.
It's in the first half.
Yeah.
That one number, now it takes a touchdown and with 2 points and a field goal.
Right.
Right? Is that right?
You've always been saying that, though, that you hate when teams chase points, right? And just score, get your extra point, move on. Fourth quarter, right? Crunch time situation, limited amount of possessions. That's when you want to see teams be more aggressive, right? With 2-point conversions and things of that nature.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That's what I was learned or taught when I played in the NFL for all those years.
Yeah.
And I of course watch it every Sunday now. When I see it, I go, and I'm not a second guesser. Again, they're going for 2, and I go, I'm looking at the TV screen. Why are you doing that, Sean?
Right.
I guess the temptation from the 1 is just so great, and it's all about the offense that he can't stand it.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Yeah, I think that's something to do with it, but
yeah,
it could have backfired.
I agree.
The week before the Giants, it backfired against them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, you got to tread carefully in that situation because those can be momentum plays in themselves too. Because you make a big play and a big stop and a 2-point conversion, and damn, that almost feels like you're having a goal line stand in itself too in some cases, and those things can carry over depending on how those plays go.
Yeah, man, that's a great point. It really is a point. It gives the defense an emotional lift. Well, we stopped that damn thing.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't thought. I'll steal that for now on.
All right, sounds good. Well, hey, this is Sims Complete. Leading up to Halloween, man, this weekend. Pretty pumped. Big Phil, he's pumped. He's got all his gear ready to go. Got to get the fog machine ready to go out the front door, man. Give Big Phil some vampire fangs or something like that.
You should see. Well, did you see the kitchen?
I did, yeah.
We got about 100 pounds of candy out there.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah,
so
but hey,
don't show up. I'm gonna be really mad.
No, they're gonna show up. Don't worry, they're gonna show up, big guy. But hey,
you're gonna be what? You're gonna be what? A command? What are you? A commander? No.
A commander? I'm a Power Ranger.
Power Ranger.
Me and the family are Power Rangers. We're all the different colors of the Power Rangers. So, little throwback there. But this is Sims Complete. He's Phil Sims. I'm Matt Sims. Brought to you by FanDuel and a part of the Believe Sports Network. We'll be back later this week to break down this weekend's games and all the action. And we'll see you then. All right.
Toodaloo.
Goodbye.